Alright, this is the highlight video from Friday, January 25th in the GreatStockPicks.com live trading chat room. Big call of the day was DECK, D-E-C-K. You can see this is a daily chart. You can see I had this kind of trend line drawn and very, very nice breakout. A lot of shorts in this one. This is the one I was harping on most of the morning to our chat room that, hey, I think this one could squeeze today. Now it looks good. It could be multi-day, and I said that too. But it was just a day trade for me. Let me go to 2-minute candles and show you how I called the entry. Okay, you can see I'm zoomed in here. You can kind of see where that trend line is that I've drawn on the daily chart. I don't know if it comes out exact when I go to these lower time frames, if it's in the exact right spot, but that $40 area, the break of that was kind of significant. So you get the break. You can see nice volume too. You get the break, the pullback, and then it comes up and starts to retest the early highs. And when it looked like this, that's when I decided that there's a good chance DECK might actually squeeze today. So it looked like this. You had this little red candle here. Went ahead and called it above this area, but not quite at the high of the day yet. So 40.35 was my entry idea. Worst case stop, a little bit of a wide stop. 40.35 is probably right about here. So if it gets up there, that's the entry. And I went ahead and made the stop 40. Okay, so 35 cents a share risk. And there it is. You get the high of day break. You get one little shakeout. Doesn't come near the stop though. And then it was off to the, well, it grinded a little bit, and then it was off to the races. And really, here's where it really got busy right there. I'll switch to 5s now so you can see it. Once we got through this area and then the one pullback, it really just kind of released. And it was a very, very nice trade. From 40.35, it went up over $2. $2.18 a share, again on 35 cents risk. And a lot of people celebrated DECK. And like I said, it could be multi-day. It looks pretty good here. But I'm officially all out of it now. Another call. Whoops, let me try that again. Verisign. Show you how we found this and how we traded it. Again, if you've watched any of our videos, you know I build a list of early volume stocks in the morning. Okay, so I also have a starting list from overnight on charts that I find in the evening. But this one, Verisign, wasn't on watch, and then it landed on my early volume watch list. Look at that volume compared with the last couple days. These are 5-minute candles. That's a big move. I didn't want to chase it, so looking for an entry here. I made a video about my magic lines. Sorry about that. A strong stock will oftentimes bounce. This isn't the green line that I showed in my magic line video. This is the 5-minute candle, 8-period moving average. A really strong stock will bounce off this area. So when it, if you can picture it, when it was coming down, this was the 3rd red candle in a row. By the time I saw it, this was a solid red candle. Didn't have the tail yet. We actually caught it on this tail using 2-minute candles. I'll switch to 2s. And the reason I go to a lower time frame like that is to try to catch it as close to that moving average as I can if it's going to turn there. Okay. So I switched to 2s, and I'm looking for the first break of a previous 2-minute candle's high. In this case, this candle's high, 41.70. So I called it long at 41.71 if it got there, and you can see right there it did. Worst case stop's going to be below this red candle, 41.45. And then you can see all the way. I'll switch to 5s to give you a better view. Never did stop out and went all the way to 43.37. So a $1.66 move there on 25 cents risk. And you can see on the daily now, a big breakout there too. And that early volume list has been pretty beneficial to us in the chat room. This wasn't an official call, but NAV looked like this when I put it on the projector for everybody to see on their own. It projects on their own screens. I said NAV might work here. I didn't make it really an official call with a, well, actually I did say over 24.90 over this base. This might go because OSK, another stock from that industry, was just ripping. So I figured NAV might be a nice sympathy play. So I basically said somewhere around 24.90 with a worst case stop below this base. Again, this isn't on the results page because I didn't really make it an official idea. Didn't put it in the announcements tab, but I showed it to everybody, and it made a really nice move. Went up, I don't know, maybe 70 cents from my idea. And then the SMS pick for the day was IACI. And IACI was just a simple bounce play. This thing's been beaten up, and finally starting to get kind of fast, right? Bigger volume, getting bigger candles. So this is what it looked like on Thursday night when I saw the chart and called it a bounce play on Friday. And I'll show you. I'll add to Friday's candle in. Not a huge bounce, but I'll show you on an intraday basis. I'll switch to fives here and show you how I called it. This was just an easy, simple bounce play. Okay. Normally I wouldn't call a stock after it's moved up 3 candles, but this is IACI breaking its early high. Okay. So once it breaks the early high, I'm comfortable calling it because it's the first day it's done that in many, many days. Remember that daily chart I just showed you. So I called it at 40.05. Worst case stop, I think, was maybe 30 cents below. And look what happens. I mean, people started to pile in, shorts started to cover, and this made it all the way up in the 40, almost to 40.80. It was just an easy trade. And again, it's all because of the daily chart so beaten up, and you can see the kind of capitulation there starting to get volume. Now, this isn't a swing trade for me. It was another day trade, but it was nice, easy money. Also, like I said, I called this in chat and also sent it out as an SMS pick around 40.04 or something like that, 40.08, I can't remember. And even the SMS pick members did fairly well on it. All right. That's the highlights from Friday. It's Saturday morning here. I'm going to wrap this up. I'll quit babbling, and we'll talk to you guys on Monday.